And one
underground
sec.
shelter may have been engineered by Vault-Tec, but it was built by you. The people of America.
One sec. I'm starting the
So
stream up for
the
John. Let me start a
bombs
party.
do come.
And my games are trying to update, so I'm going to stop that real fast. So it's going to look like my stream goes down. Give it a sec.
Will endure.
Okay, back at it. So you can see that you're talking up at the top. There's a timer right there. It'll show people who are viewing you, and that goes up slowly, so that's not always right all the time. So that's the little eyeball in the middle. Just in case, you don't have to pay attention to the audience or anything like that. I don't get a whole lot of people watching me right now. Not a big deal. Anyway, I'm letting John play the beta since I have to work today, so he's going to do like maybe one long stream or hopefully a few hour-long streams. He's doing this for me since I'm not able to fucking play it, so I can at least watch it myself and enjoy it and have it on my stream since the first one fucked up. Anyway, here you go.
Ah. Alright. Nope, chair's fine. You just turned it so it was in my way. Besides, I might actually use it later.
Good morning, Vault 76.
Keep in mind, when you reach level 5, people might want to rape you.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed the
Don't
party
put on
last
passive
night,
mode.
even those who may have overindulged and overslept.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough.
He looks like Steve Carell, like a real skinny Steve Carell.
Is Reclamation Day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76. You come from every walk of life.
Yeah, they have generally pretty detailed customization in the Fallout games. Well,
This one share one very important trait.
right.
You are this country's best.
I'm gonna be an old guy. Maybe.
More importantly, you'll always be my family.
Maybe I'll be an old lady. Who knows? Let's see what they got for ladies. The,
Jesus. That was super dark. I don't even think people can get that dark.
yeah. In Fallout, God, was it 4 or New Vegas? I made somebody, oh, she's cute. Red hair and freckles.
Go for it.
Um,
Conquer the world, fire crotch.
I fucking, made somebody with green hair and fucked up makeup and shit.
I think you could, like, make your characters green and orange in, like, a lot of games. Unintentionally, by fucking with the shade. Just make it whatever the fuck you want. Anyway, the timer at the bottom will tell you how long you're going. Try to do two of them about an hour, and the other one till the beta closes. And whenever you want to stop, you're just going to open Twitch, and it'll say stop broadcast. So just use the D-pad to get to it. And then you'll just start up a new one with part 2 or part 3.
Okay. I'll name her Faith. Because she's gonna have faith in her guns.
Get out of the fucking bathroom, pussy!
Ah, I see. I've got to get used to the speed that this types in and everything. Whoops. Now that's a game I haven't played in a while. I've actually always enjoyed the Fallout games. They've always been actually something everybody I know haven't enjoyed them, so it's something I got to play early on in my younger years. One of the mini RPGs I started out with. Hi, Cat.
You have been tasked with nothing less than the rebuilding of America. Such a huge responsibility. Just know that Vault-Tec
Hi, Cat.
is proud of you.
Right now,
I am proud of
my
you.
cat is insisting upon climbing in my face.
When you hear this, it means
Attention.
I've been gone for several hours. I've got my own mission out there in Appalachia. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Let's see.
Stay fed, stay hydrated. Very important. Lots of water out there. Almost all of them undoubtedly irradiated. When in doubt, boil it out.
It's always nice when they start you off with some nice healing items.
If you get injured, and you will get injured, make use of stim packs. They are little devices. Heck of a party last night, eh, Mum?
Sweet party hat. Soon, Hoarding Simulator will begin.
Never stop learning. Be the best that you can be.
Well, I imagine that card system's going to get confusing for a little bit. But, as with everything else new, it'll be confusing until you get used to it. More importantly, is there anything I can steal? See if this has the same deal as previous Fallouts. Yep. It allows you to back out. So it only gives you extra tries. Or just wears you down until you decide you don't want to anymore. Whew. Good old Thompson there, starting the party off. Apparently my guy's been into the six-packs as well. Until I learn how to walk. I always enjoy watching the vault doors open. Nice little cinematic. Have to say, this vault area looks a lot better than most of the vaults we've come out of.
Oh, madam. I found this holotape on the Overseer's terminal. Gave a little listen. Seems you should meet her at her camp, just down the road.
Guess we're gonna go see the Overseer. And of course we start out with some, yep, glow fungus. You'll have to excuse me if I kind of go off direction here. The Twitch bar is right at the bottom middle of the screen, so right where what'll be apparently the build menu and where my map or my icons are telling me where my next objective is. I can kind of see a little bit, but not much. So I'll have to turn just enough for it to pop out the side in order for me to find it. Which probably makes it a bad idea that I went off of the path, but it's a Fallout game. You never have to follow the path. Unless you're opposed to dying, of course, but once again, it's a Fallout game, that's going to happen. And I always forget about the flashlight. Which is obviously not always a good thing to have. Hopefully, it won't cause my character too much harm here to begin with. You know, walking off the path and all. Ooh, hi there. We're just gonna try and get up here. And hope there's a weapon in that bag. Nope. There's some ammo, though. Nothing like punching a wild dog. Guess not all glitches are bad. Ugh. Well, hope these people ain't around anymore. Hate to have to tell them that I killed their dogs. Oh, interesting. Pudding simulator. Sugar bombs. Good old Splatoon. Junk, more junk. Well, let's get out of there and punch whatever. Alright, well, apparently there's a dog there. Oh god, there's a bunch of dogs. Either they respawned or there were more there. Guess we'll try and stick to the path this time. At least till I have a weapon. Then it's all off limits. I'm gonna go beat some dogs.
She'd set up her camp down the road to the south.
Let's get all decked out here too. Forgot I had stuff there.
You should head to that camp. Find the overseer.
That's cool, whatever that is. And I'm gonna punch it. Where's the other one at? Ooh. Not gonna lie, I kinda want one of these myself. Little jerks. Now let's see what this dude had on him. Pretty standard. So some people may think it's kind of cheap, but especially in the darker areas, sometimes I will use my VATS to look and see if there's anything out here. Although I tend to forget about using it for actual fighting. Okay, if I would have known that was there, I would have come in swinging. Oh, sweet banjo. Huh. Not gonna lie, I thought this was just gonna be an item you could pick up. The fact that you can actually play the banjo, just sit there and it plays it for you, is awesome. It would have been only slightly more awesome if it gave you the option to play it yourself, like it gave a key mapping for it, but I mean, unless you're playing a game that's specifically meant to do something like that, I wouldn't take any points off of a game for not adding that feature. Sadly, that's one of those extra programming things that tends to get thrown out. I wonder if it gives you any bonuses for mouth harp, or if it's all musical instruments, so just the well-tuned. That is still really awesome that they have that. Even more awesome that they had a weapon up here. I was kind of expecting him to, but still, you never know. And I also forget about fall damage. Some days I just get wrapped up in the fact that I'm playing a game and forget that there's actually things to pay attention to other than looking for bad guys and looking at the scenery, because these games generally have some really good scenery. Well, hello. Good to have some melee. is. It's interesting how they did the VATS with this one. I knew there was obviously going to have to be a huge change from pausing time in a single player one, but this one's really interesting. She didn't stop these dogs from chewing on my face, so, you know, there's that. Yeah. I actually like the VATS in this one. That is a lot of dogs. We're just gonna...
What level are you?
2. Yeah, they killed me.
But you got killed by a dog?
Dogs.
Yeah, one of the little 12.
Oh, sweet.
That's right. The level difference, like lives and tens higher than you. Not that big. Oh yeah, like the bats, the trailer, I've already run across the get it.
Ooh,
You
man.
just have to pick up your shit. You die.
Yeah, probably.
Is it just
I have no idea.
you still have a gun?
I didn't have a gun to start with.
I haven't died yet, so
My problem is
that other players can't take your shit. They can take your cap section of it.
oh, this is the first place I went to after,
You got out?
yeah. I have a problem with following maps.
You don't even
Oh god, no wonder I wasn't shooting him. I was out of bullets. I have to pop back down here for a second. Oh yeah, mostly just a bunch of junk. So, let's go ahead and... switch to this, which is bound to do a lot more melee damage. We'll see if I can unlock this. Man, I have never failed that poorly. Oh well. Alright. Let's keep going this way. See what else we can find. Though, if that dog was 10 levels higher than me and didn't take much to kill him, not sure what levels are gonna look like. Or probably mostly based on skill levels, which obviously I don't have at this point. It's been a while since I've played any of the Fallout games. Played enough of 4 though that I ought to be used to it. Fortunately, I've just gotten a little bit rusty.
Overseer's log, south of Vault 76. I knew this wasn't going to be the Appalachia I remembered. Mutated animals, haywire bots, no people so far. We have to be ready to rebuild. What I can confirm, hostile territory. Fortunately, Vault-Tec was prepared. You see this? The cooking station, the stash box, the workbenches, all built with the camp. You need a home base out there. The construction and assembly mobile platform is designed to give you one. Just add resources, planning, and a little elbow grease. When you move your camp, everything you've built is stored, ready to be placed back down in the new area. Use this to establish a foothold whenever you're in unfamiliar territory. I've left my camp behind so you can use it. I know I'm breaking my own advice by not taking it with me. But after seeing Appalachia for myself, I need to make sure every resident of 76 has a safe haven they can start from. I'll make do without it. If it's still standing, the town of Flatwoods is further down this road. Find me there. This is the Overseer, signing off.
So part of me wonders how much we're going to have to go about finding her. See what we got for weapons, or to do with weapons. Hell, I can work on getting some more ammo. I'm not going to worry about crafting a pistol. Now afterward, that's another story. Or if I get to a point where I can craft ammo, which would be kind of crazy for them not to allow that. Well, kind of. A lot of it really varies and depends on the in-game markets and everything. I could see people making that get out of hand. Well, you weren't responding to my kindly conversation, so goodbye. There we go. Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. This is always a good option to have, especially, well, I feel early on. It's great to have because you get your arms set up. Ah. Okay. Moved up a little close to the TV. There's a little bit of a glare on the window down here. So I just have to... Nope, I have to kill this guy now. I was going to say I have to work on adjusting the audio to make sure it's not blasting in double for you guys. Also got to get used to holding the X button to lower my weapon. Always remember to be careful with your mines. I'd be lying if I never said I set a mine and then accidentally walked into it. And not just on Fallout. One of the worst things about the Fallout games and games like it is trying to find out what is and what is not interactable. But, I mean, if that's a problem, then I can't even imagine why somebody would complain about that, unless it's something more to the lines of, like, a game's being super inconsistent, which I haven't noticed with Fallout before. Oh man, that is a possum. Ooh, Jesus. Mole rats. Gotta love them. Those pesky fuckers come out of nowhere. every game. Absolutely love having my own little library at my house. And so it's always hard for me not to just like try and grab every single book. Especially when I know that those burnt books ain't worth shit. Unless they did something unusual and actually gave you the ability to break it down or something. Oh. Thought I heard something in here. See if I can get it to let me target something other than the person here. There we go. See how animated these are. Nope. I was hoping it would, you know, crumble. Fall apart like a skeleton. But yeah, this is one of the things about Fallout that I don't complain about having to check for what is and what is not accessible. For the most part, it's always the same. You know, you're gonna always find out that the mailboxes are accessible, the milk stands, things like that. Let's see if I take radiation damage from getting in the pool. Yep. I figured I would. Most of their, once again, to comment on their track record here, most of the time, any dirty water is going to be irradiated, so. Another thing that I will check, but certainly doesn't have to be checked, or be a concern like maybe this isn't the same here. My tip for anybody that gets stuck out in a wasteland after a nuclear war or nuclear event of any type, always carry around a human skull. They do come in handy. And on the plus side, not a lot of people that just want to fuck with the dude that's carrying around a human skull, so, you know, there's that too. Let's see what else this small slice of life here has to offer. Never have too much silverware. You know, for all your wasteland parties and whatnot.
I press the button. Hush. I think it's recording now. Shush. Hello? Hello there? Well, I think it's working. I hate these things. This is Willie May. And I was asked to talk a bit about my life since the war to help educate future children someday. I think that's nice. I thought I'd just watch my programs, entertain the grandkids in my retirement. But that didn't turn out to be the case. I'm just glad they all made it to the vault in time, you see. When I saw it in a dream, I knew my prayers were answered. My husband Frank used to work in the mines. Just a bit before the war, there was news of tremors, and he didn't come home. I don't know what happened to him or why he never came home for sure. And between you and me, I'm fine with that. Since the war, I've just read my old newspapers and listened to music. It's very peaceful for once, which is just right nice by me. You ever hear of the Watoga Times Atomic Lottery? The winner got 10 years worth of Blamco mac and cheese, Salisbury steak, and Nuka-Cola, of course. I played that lottery for 20 years, and I finally won it the month before the war. It lasted only 8 years, though. But who can you complain to? By the time it ran out, I had heard the respondents' radio broadcast, so I went out to find them and get supplies. Bless their hearts. Well, I'm going home now. For a bit anyways. How do I turn this thing off? Oh, blast these things. Not this button. Not this one. Oh, oh, here it is.
It's always been interesting hearing any game, really, just input things like that into, really build the world, and things that you don't have to listen to, or you don't have to interact with, but always just adding it. It's been, in my opinion, really cool. It's a really good way to allow people it allows people to interact with the story if they want, but at the same time, just get on with the game if that's all they want to do, if all they want to do is explore. Forgot I had my light on.
Another successful message today. When's the next one? I'm back to corporate. I haven't been recalled yet, so meander I shall. Message.
One thing, and this will be after I eventually get the game itself. I'll have to learn how they have things set up to break down, because obviously there's not much point in collecting a whole bunch of shit and junk if you're not going to be able to break it down.
You'll have to take up your complaint with corporate. Job's done. No need to hang around here.
Ah. I guess if I read it, I can see. I knew I'd be able to get screws from that. I do also wonder how respawning items are going to work too. If it's going to be the standard online respawning items, or if they're going to have a different way of doing that. I'm going to keep that skull around. So I don't know if this will be the same as if it was in other games, where you can make Molotov cocktails with the rolled up Charleston Herald here. Guess I should see. So we'll go ahead and give this a serrated blade. Just kind of funny that it would make it weigh almost 1.5 times it, 1 1/4. In order to make it serrated, you're going to be cutting bits off the blade instead of adding to it. Let's see, when I look at my weapons here. So that is 27. That does 18. I kind of figured it might be a little less, but I'm willing to bet it's also going to be a little faster. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool how they do that. It'll save on the video processing and whatnot if they don't have to animate everything. Okay, I was hoping you could actually program it like you did in Fallout 4, where you could have so many of items attached to each one.
Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. But there's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry. Tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are, and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
We call it the Great War now. It's not been long, and things have been rough. Welcome to Survivor Stories. I'm Dasa Ben-Ami, a responder. I've been working with the Responders for a couple of years now. I'm from Charleston originally, so it was easy to join up. What wasn't easy was the work. Rebuilding Appalachia from the rubble while survivors flock to us regularly from all over. So many have come and gone. Their stories untold, their names lost to time. I thought we should preserve this history somehow. I've decided to ask people to record their thoughts, their stories, anything they want to preserve forever. I'll call this series The Survivor Stories. I'll start with me. I was an anthropology PhD student at Voltaire University. Final year. I was printing my thesis when I heard the sirens. I thought for sure my father, a Vault-Tec employee, could take us all with him, but only 2 reservations came through. I refused to go. With my little brother, went to the vault. They could not persuade me, though they tried. In the end, I pushed them inside, and that was it. After that, I went back home to Charleston and, well, survived. Eventually, the Responders formed, and I signed up right away. It was so hard. The flood was devastating. Relocating to Morgantown Airport and now Flatwoods has been... I remain optimistic. Been with them now for, I guess 2 years. We have big plans. We can do so much to help. Maybe, just maybe, we can rebuild enough to be okay. And in the meantime, I will continue to record stories of survivors when I can. We are your history. This is Dasa Ben-Ami, signing off for now.
Once again, really cool that they offer that kind of stuff. Let's see what we have here.
Equipment contaminated. Assistance required. Equipment.
We call it the Great War now. It's not been long.
That's what I wanted.
This is my first interview with another survivor, Kesha McDermott. She found me trying to break into a Nuka-Cola machine and showed me a different way. So, Kesha, can you tell us a bit about how we can make sure our water is safe for drinking? Try to keep it to the basics for training purposes.
Oh, it's not complicated, really. Find water and strain out any big particles and chunks. Then, boil it in a pot over an open fire for a minute or two, then let it cool. Should be fine. Like making tea, right?
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your mind to the strange, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying world that exists in the shadows and fringes of our own, where myth, legend, and rumor are made real. Yes, it's time for more thrilling tales from the West Virginia hills. Tonight's episode, Who Goes There? A Strange Encounter in Flatwoods, is brought to you by Sugar Bomb, the breakfast cereal with explosive great taste and 100% of the recommended daily allowance of sugar. Get your morning started right with Sugar Bomb. Our tale begins on a fateful night when a young pioneer scout, Red Fisher, finds himself in quite the predicament, having taken a spill and fallen into a dark place.
We'll close that door back up for him. Those guys are all right. It's nap time. Ooh. Maybe not him. Wonder if this does the same thing that 4 did, where it just it just doesn't pick it up. Gotta get some possum. It's apparently the new staple in this area. Certainly run into a lot more of that than red roaches and whatnot.
Who's talking to this? Oh, yeah, am I loud enough? Okay. Hi.
Same thing.
What do you want me to say exactly?
Can't remember if I listened to this one or not.
Yeah, so just talk about how you got here and maybe a little bit about your life. This is a historic document. Go ahead, Tab. Okay, so, well, thanks. Okay. I've been sober for 9 days. I got here 9 days ago. My name is Tabitha. And this is my story. I just found out about everything. The war, the bombs, I just realized this was really happening.
I thought chems were playing tricks with my mind, hurting my brain. It was the worst trip ever. Every time I'd come out of my haze long enough to look for food, I'd pour chems and, well, they kept going. And I kept seeing madness. I would have been wandering around fighting giant rats and eating garbage if not for the responders. They're good folks. That doc in the church, got me some meds that are helping out a lot. And they have group therapy meetings, and it's good. It's good. I think it's helpful. But listen, you should avoid the mountains. They'll just get you mixed up. Get you doing things you don't want to do. Hurting people mostly. And there are so many chems up there. I spent too long there. I couldn't.
Oh, it's okay, Tabitha. Remember what we said in the group? Take your Addictol and rest, and things will be okay soon. It's okay. We're here for you.
Yeah. When I feel better, I'm going out west, though. Getting out of this place. Getting away from the chems. All of this. I feel better every day, but years of chems, years of rads, years of sleeping. It adds up. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to sleep now, okay?
Okay. Thanks for sharing your story, Tabitha. Get some sleep. You'll be okay. You're safe now.
Actually, really glad that they have their own tab for like the holotapes now too. Well, at least everybody here knows what they like. Mostly what this dude's holotape has to say.
Born and raised in this very town.
Lent my own church to the responders for their outpost here, and you're welcome. Responders are on a true mission, you see, helping folks through thick and thin, till the heavens open up again and take us all up anyways. When this all happened, I figured like most it was time. This was the end, but it wasn't, was it? We're still here. At first, I thought it was a mistake, that we was missed, forgotten. Maybe we did some wrong. Didn't give enough to charity, maybe. Didn't praise his name, even in the worst of times. Maybe thought some things that ought not to have been thought. So I asked how? Why? I fought your wars on Earth. I'm ready to fight them up there by your side. Then, in my despair, I saw some survivors eating raw rat carcass. Kind of dumb stuff. You ought to cook that first, I warned them. Seemed obvious. We tried, but got sick. They said covered in their own filth. I realized right then and there, I was asked. From then on, I built kitchens, good food, fed anyone who walked up with an empty belly. And I was thankful for my task in life. Thankful. Next time hell or high water lands in my field, I'll be swept clear away with it. Let's share a home-cooked meal together, all right?
Man, they kind of kicked my ass there for a little bit. I was trying to get to my machete. Hope you guys will have to hold on for just a second. Hello? Yeah. Yes. Yes, that should be sent over to me. Just had that done. Okay. And I was also thinking of refilling with methotrexate. Sorry about that, had a doctor's call. Oh yes, I was also going to get some water. Before I was attacked. Not always a huge fan of the having to eat and drink, so I guess we will see how that goes. And I can't say it's a bad addition to the game yet, but who knows? That's interesting that they have that.
Automated message. The Forest Watch detects all supervisors down. job. Responder team, proceed to the Ag Center and get to the mainframe. You need to reset the farmhand targeting parameters. That should keep people safe in the area. Be careful.
Forgot about that dude being stuffed in the trash can.
Equipment contaminated. Assistance required. It sure is great to see living human beings again. That overseer lady said more people would be coming. It's nice to meet.
Man, there's so much to pay attention to in here.
Here, why not grab a stim pack or two?
Ooh, wow. Wasn't paying attention to that. Even seen the sucker.
Hi. Dasa asked me if I would talk about, how I got here. She asked everybody, so I said okay. My name's Colonel, and I'm 13 years old. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. The bombs, and messed up people, and the cows with two heads, all of it. I was bad. Just bad. I cheated on my spelling test. I kicked Chip Wilkins in the shins until he cried. I pushed Rosie McCloy down the stairs. I cut holes in the bottom of all the gym shorts, and I put glue in the mashed potatoes in the cafeteria. I told Harold Newell to eat 10 dead flies a day in order to grow muscles, and I put Nuka-Cola in the rat cage water bottles at the pet store. And, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about everything.
Equipment contaminated. Assistance.
Because my dad said if I wasn't this way, that bad things wouldn't happen. I haven't seen Daddy since the bombs, and I guess he left because of that, too. It's okay. I'm trying to be good now, though. I'm not old enough to be a volunteer, but Dawson said I can help collect food and water, so I'm getting better, I promise. And, Daddy, if you're listening, I promise I won't be bad anymore, so you can come back now. Okay? Okay. Bye.
What's up, Brian? Yeah, fell at 76. That dick robot. Slippery little bastard. That I don't know. This is my first time playing on it. The what? Oh, my uncle. No idea. I haven't looked at him yet. Cool. This is really different in all honesty, and I don't know how it'll work. I guess we're gonna find out how it works. Kind of stuck between this being kind of a cool way of doing some different stats and stuff, and being concerned that it's going to really take away from, well, just take away from the character itself, but at the same time it prevents everybody from being the exact same thing. Allows for specialties and whatnot, so that's not a bad thing. Especially depending on how RNG the cards are. how many there are. If you have all of the same cards, or if everybody gets the same cards every time, then you run into the problem I had with like Diablo 3, where it's everybody's the same. All you got to do is switch, in this case, the cards that you have, and then boom, you're the same thing as everyone else. But if it's RNG, that comes and goes with a lot of problems, because you could be building your character a certain way and you know, really want one want like something super specific that you know is there because you've seen other people with it, but for whatever reason, you know, RNG just isn't working with you to get that. But I mean, then again, welcome to RNG. Not gonna lie, that petrified corpse is pretty awesome. They are rude. There is radiation. Haven't run into that yet. I'm still in the first town. So I would not be surprised if there were areas that are super irradiated and you either need to have a hazmat suit or you really risk dying without one. But haven't run into one to tell you. With these things moving around, I figure a little slower two-hand might be a better option. That's always a nice sound when you come into a building. Ooh, they are both factions against me. I'll call it factions. Before I do this, let me see if I can go ahead and just cancel, get rid of, or save this stream here, and go ahead and move on to the next one.